Greetings all, it's Blue Knight, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess. Previously, we went through Hyrule Castle and cleared it out of everything we could collect. Not to mention, all the enemies we had to beat up to get to this point. Today, now that we've approached the big door, we're going to enter that door and save Zelda from the clutches of evil. Most likely gonna be Ganondorf because, well, you know, he usually is the final boss, so it's not like we can expect anything else at this point. So it's looking like this is gonna be the finale of our adventure. Let's unlock that door, and finally end this story. There it is. The very top of Hyrule Castle. And the atmosphere kind of uses kind of thing at this point. It's very foreboding. You can definitely tell that this is the end game. I mean, we got huge winds blowing, thunder crashing down, lightning appearing, and just an overall very stress-inducing vibe about this place. Yeah, I think we're at the right place, alright. Just gotta head up this final flight of stairs and enter the door. Welcome to my castle. So you're Ganondorf. I've been dying to meet you. Your people have long amused me, Midna. To defy the gods with such petty magic, only to be cast aside? How very pathetic. Pathetic as they were, though, they served me well. Their anguish was my nourishment. Their hatred bled across the void and awakened me. I drew deep of it and grew strong again. Your people had some skill, to be sure, but they lacked true power. The kind of absolute power that those chosen by the gods wield. He who wields such power would make a suitable king for this world, don't you think? Ha! Such conceit! But if you are one of the chosen wielders of power as you claim, I will risk everything to deny you! Shadow has been moved by light, it seems. How amusing. Very well. Deny me then. Yes, try to deny me. You and your little friend. Both of you, faithless fools who dare to take up arms against the King of Light and Shadow. So you choose, and so you shall feel my wrath. Not what you expected this fight to start out with, like. Now, this is Ganon's puppet, Zelda. So she's got, or I guess he, depending on who you view this as, has 3 basic attacks. That was the one we had to use to fight back Ganon's puppet against. We're gonna be playing a little bit of tennis with the possessed princess. Kinda like Ocarina of Time. Just keep wailing at that ball with precise timing. And eventually, Zelda will get shocked. And she didn't go down though. Looks like this puppet's got a lot more strength to it than expected. It's also a diving attack that Zelda has, as well as an AoE attack where she can summon a triangle on the ground. When you see that happen, get out of that zone. And once again, trapped in another game of Dead Man's Folly. Yeah, that's what the official term of this back and forth thing is called, apparently. And from what I looked up, it comes from that term comes from Phantom Hourglass of all things. A game I have yet to play. Whoop, there it is! The triangle move. It's very easy to avoid if you keep moving around. But like with Ocarina of Time... Oh wait, I don't have an empty bottle, crud. If you had an empty bottle, you can use that to repel the ball back at Zelda. Kinda like how you do with Ganon back in OOT. Is that diving attack again? I could probably use a shield bash to block that actually. Okay, with this, I'm not gonna get out of the way. Oh, I actually did. So we don't have Binda with us because she's on the outside of the barrier, but honestly, this fight is pretty easy. Despite the cost of being actually quite intriguing to me. I mean, just think about it. A possessed Zelda by the force of evil, and you have no choice but to fight her? You can make a whole game out of that, in my opinion. That's a very cool concept that I don't think has ever been replicated outside of this fight. Again, I know very little to nothing about Phantom Hourglass, so I think that's the closest we can get to that kind of idea, but I actually want to see that kind of story happen. I mean, just think about it. If they're able to write Zelda correctly as a very attachable character like they did with Skyward Sword, then I think that kind of idea can work very well. I love that shot. I know I shouldn't break the moment, but I just love that shot Link and Midna together like that. So cool! What's not cool though is we got our next boss fight, Dark Beast Ganon. Quick addendum about the last fight aside. Or should I say I should just mention that really quickly. Zelda's aside, we don't get to see it that much in this game, but I like it quite a lot. She looks very regal and mature. I kinda wish she did appear more often in the story. Cause if she did, have a lot more screen time with that particular iteration of Zelda. I can see a lot more of that design. Thankfully, she is a fighter in Smash Brothers, so we do get a chance to see that in another game. Which was a pretty good choice in my opinion. Oh, I thought that would work. Can I not be in this form? So what we have to do is to wait for a blue portal to show up. That's the tell when Ganon is going to appear. Gotta keep looking around. There he is. Nope. Okay. I thought we had to be in this. Or use the Iron Boost to stop him. Okay then. So this is preferred form after all. We have to be in wolf form to combat this beast. Your opponent might be a beast of pure evil, but remember, it's still just a pigling. Even when pigs start running, they don't stop. In order to stop him, you'll have to deceive his eyes. Come on. Really? Why isn't this working? Alright, change of plans. Maybe I'm thinking a little too far ahead in this fight. Maybe we gotta shoot an arrow into his skull. Here it comes. Yeah, that's how we do it. And still crash into me, of course. So were you able to stun him? Slice away on his belly, and that's where the big scar lies. Once again, he disappears in between realms. Oh, he tries to drop down already? I didn't think that would happen until like after the second hit. Alright, no. Alright, that time I wasn't ready. Because I was really surprised he did the drop down so soon. Yeah, this fight, I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I don't really understand how it works. Like, there's some things that you think would work and does work, sometimes just doesn't for some reason. Maybe I've just never had like a complete understanding of how this fight works. Or maybe it's just the solution of fighting him. Oh my god, I keep getting hit by him every time, even when I knock him down. Or maybe the solution is just a lot more simpler than I thought it would be. I don't know, I just always had a tough time trying to figure out how this fight works to its full extent. Come on this time. Is he dropping down from above? Nope. He's portaling. That's where he's coming from. Up! That's what I was waiting for before. He would surprise us with a dodge like that. Oh, he disappears right when he was right next to me too. Alright, he's portaling again. There he is. No? Do I have to be in wolf form for this phase to work? I think I do. See, that's what I'm talking about, because I thought we had to use this form earlier on in the fight. Maybe it's just for this last cycle? That could be it. Let's do this. That still didn't work. Well, at least he charged at me full blast this time. There it is. Okay, I didn't hold down the button long enough. Yeah, there really is no telling when you have to use the Wolf Link to fight him. Yeah, first you have to use human form to combat him in this form. And then I guess it's not until now that you have to use Wolf Link in order to fight him. I like how the chanting goes on whenever he appears, though. It's kind of a random touch. There he is. I was in position that time. There he is. Come on, I wasn't close enough to him. Yeah, honestly, this fight I don't like that much. It's mainly because my understanding of my knowledge is not that full on it. But sometimes it just feels like he trolls you too much. I didn't mean to jump over there that time. I meant to get my foot down for the push. See, again, I wasn't completely in front of him this time. That time I just jumped into him like a fool. Oh my god! This guy's so annoying! There! Really? I was tilting left. I thought I was safe enough to let go. Oh my god, I hate this fight so much. It's so annoying. There. Finally! I jump at him. There we go. Figures it was on the last hit I was having trouble. Go figure. Pr Princess? I say nothing, Midna. Your heart and mind were as one, however briefly. Such suffering you've endured.